My name is John Hawthorne, personal basketball trainer, hard work 24/7.
First question I got for you is, what made you become a trainer?
After playing professional basketball, so many injuries, getting hurt throughout the course of going through that process, I learned how to rehab properly, so I picked up those skills, and then I still had a passion for basketball, so I was still working out, and people who were still professionals kept still working out with me, so then it was like an easy transition. I couldn't play basketball anymore at a high level due to my injury, so I just stayed in the gym, and the guys continued to work with me, and then I just morphed into training.
What are some of the pros and cons of training NBA athletes?
Some of the pros and cons is that when you make it to that level of professionalism, you become needy. You know, you're used to certain things a certain way, so those guys come in here and they expect it to be, you know, the same way it is in the NBA. So I'm expected to have certain things that they're used to because, you know, that's what sustains them as an athlete. So
give a couple examples.
Okay, like, you know, certain machineries, you know, like when you're young, you just roll the basketballs out and you play. But as you get older and you learn how to take care of your body, I have to have a STEM machine. I have to have, you know, electronic massages. You gotta have all these high-tech gadgets that we're used to on a high level to get my body loose in order to prepare to just practice.
Who's your favorite athlete that you trained so far since you started your career?
That's too tough, man. That's too tough. There's so many. But I'll start with, you know, the first one, that Smush Parker.
Okay.
Smush Parker is my favorite. That's my man, 100 grand. So just throughout his NBA journey has been the best.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually saw him at the airport, like I was telling you just a few weeks ago, and he had a lot of good things to say about you. It's funny because basically the same way I met you it sounds like it's similar to the way that y'all met, and it's just so funny that the game of basketball is like it's always being played, and it's always like an easy meeting ground and just an easy way for conversation, and you know, just the whole nine.
Right.
Next question I got is, how can the people who want to become a trainer follow in your footsteps?
I'm in the process of doing that now, setting up a certification process. But on their own, what you have to do is first be a student of the game. Study it, make sure you know what you're talking about, because it's not just an NBA player that's your friend and you're just going to work him out if you know him a long time. That'll work because it's your friend. But that may not work with every other potential NBA player that you meet. These guys are extremely detailed and focused, so you have to know what you're talking about. You have to be able to execute what you're asking them, and they're going to have questions, and you have to know exactly what you're saying, otherwise you lose the connection. They won't listen to you, they'll become disengaged, and it's like, why should I listen to you? I'm the NBA player making millions. I don't need your advice.
Right. That sounds like something that probably could have fell under the con of one of the previous questions I asked as well, because I kind of figured that people that are already at that level would think that, like, all right, cool, he a trainer, but if he ain't at where I'm at, what can he really have to tell me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure some people probably have had that mentality, but I think it's definitely important to be humble and know that, you know, you can always learn in any sport, in anything you do in your life. Like you said, be a student of the game, and that's very important. The next question is, we're almost wrapping it up here. We got, do you consider your workouts difficult?
I consider my workouts mentally draining. And when we talk about high-level athletes are in shape, right? Game shape is different from working out shape. Somebody could get in the gym and be working out all day, but that's still different from game shape. You get tired faster, in and out, the pace of the game is faster. But my workouts hold a certain level of intensity, and it forces you to mentally work also. The same way you have to remember the plays while you're playing, You have to remember my sets and drills of what I'm telling you to do. I'm not going to keep explaining it. I explain it once. I expect you to pick it up, especially if you're high level basketball. It's not just doing moves. I'm training your mind as well, because the mind is a 2-pound muscle. It's a muscle just like your bicep, tricep, quad. If you don't train it, of course it'll be atrophy. It'll deteriorate. It'll fall off. So it's the same way when you come in the gym with me. I am also training the mental part of your brain and what it takes for you to play the game of basketball with a high, what we call basketball IQ.
Just one more time to the people that don't know you, just, your title, name, and all of that, company.
John Hawthorne. I'm an NBA skills trainer. Name of my company is Hard Work 24/7. You can find me on Instagram at Hard Work Boys. Reach out, get in contact with me.
All right, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.